Hey everyone, it's Neema with the Neema Group, and I'm here to discuss with you a measure that has been passed that's going to affect real estate sales moving forward, starting in April. This is known as the Homelessness and Housing Solutions Tax, or Measure ULA. It will be a shock to our system, unfortunately. What is it? It is an initiative to create about $920 million to help homelessness in Southern California. How are they going to do it? They're going to tax us more and more and more. It's a 4% tax for any real estate, single family, commercial, land, apartments, industrial, you name it, between 5 and 10 million bucks. If you go above 10 million, you would think they adjusted downward. It went upward. It's a tax of 5.5%. Why is it an issue? If you're building an apartment building, if you are a value add player, if you are repositioning a single family home, you know, your portion of success financially is really towards the end. It's typically about 5 to 15%, and they're taking that away, which is a big challenge and causing a lot of people to reconsider selling after April, because it's a large portion. 5.5% is big, especially when we're unsure what's going to be happening next year in terms of interest rates and where property values are going to end up. This measure has been passed, and we're already having a lot of dialogue about how to deal with it. So the good news is you have 4 to 5 months to exit a property if you need to, and you won't get taxed, right? It goes into effect April 1st, 2023. How are buyers reacting? First of all, if you're selling a property for $5,250,000, a buyer knows that your net is the same as selling for $4,980,000. It's wild. It makes negotiation a little bit more challenging, which is why you need somebody in your corner that gets it. But what are we doing to be creative today to be proactive on this? There's a couple of creative options that need to be vetted by escrow officers, attorneys, et cetera. Things that I've discussed with my clients are buying LLCs. So there is no transfer triggered, although that might not be kosher. It's an idea. It was done a lot in the 90s. Sell the property in halves or thirds. If you have a $10 million building, instead of selling it at once, dear buyer, you get a third today, a third in 6 months, and a third later. That is a nightmare for financing. It's a nightmare for any kind of legal issues and forming an LLC. It's just an idea. Splitting parcels. So we have a client now that owns a development site. It happens to be on 2 parcels. We're splitting the sale. When we go to market in the beginning of the year, he's still going to execute his plan, but we're going to sell it individually to fall under the tax that's being imposed. So these things are real. They're important. Unfortunately, it's another form of legislation that makes it a little bit harder to do business in our town. And if you're going to execute something that's a little bit more creative, just be aware that there's more eyes on commercial real estate sales today. The number of 1031s being investigated are at an all-time high. Law writers are aware of these creative ideas, so they're looking for it. And I think planning is ever more important today than before, because you want to speak with an advisor, a commercial real estate broker, your attorney, your CPA, about options and what you can do to prepare and prevent getting additional money being taken away from us at the closing table. We're going to provide you with a link for the full ordinance and a wonderful little article that I found from UCLA, even though I'm a Trojan, that explains the law and how it might affect the real estate market and the benefits of it from the other perspective. If you have any questions, please let me know. We have until April. We've had a lot of clients reach out to us and say, hey, want to sell this now. so they can make the additional 4 or 5.5%. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. Thanks.